Alright guys, what's up? BlueFox22 coming at you with part 2 of my Beyblade collection video. So, some minor corrections. I remembered one Beyblade. It was, oh man, Berserker Behemoth, or Berserker Bahamut if you have the Sonokong or Takaratami version. So I apologize for that. I still forgot this 230 track. I can't remember what it was. So forgive me for that one. And minor error. Guardian Leviathan Downforce 145DF or Downforce Jog Ball. So the minor corrections for a couple of Beyblades. I think that was it. Because I was sitting here and I'm like, okay, someone has the wrong parts on. Alright, anyway. So let's move on. First up. Now, this is the single-released Orochi. This is Pirate Orochi 145D. Get a good picture of face ball up there. This is one of my newer ones that I just recently got. Unmodified, I wanted to leave this one alone because go to number 2 over here. It says AD1 not armor defense. A230. Pirates of Orochi A230 WD wide defense. And this one I modified so you can actually see its eyes. Do you see them? You shall obey Cobra Commander. Anyway. So this one is just black and silver. Black to accentuate the eyes, silver in there so that the actual pupils can pop. Silver on the teeth. And silver along some of the snake body and the actual snake heads. And then black on the eyes for the vipers up near the crystal core. Let me take this apart real quick. I do with my tool. There's one over here. That. There we go. Take this apart real quick. So you can see the crystal wheel. And this isn't one of my better jobs, but black for the skull, white for the tops of the waves, silver, and again, the bronze motif. And it's filled in with black paint, minus the peg for the crystal core, and you can actually see it's pretty much blacked out in the back, minus the area with the waves. I did it so that the light can still pass through the waves somewhat, but it was a different take on it. I didn't like how plain it was. I don't like plain things to where, you know, they have extreme detail and you can't see that detail. That was my second Pirates of Orochi. Next, 1 second, we have Ronin Dragoon LW160 BSF. And what I was going for with this one was similar to, you'll see Zarago in a minute. what I was going for this one was a yin and yang, but I didn't want a pure yin and yang. I wanted this to be basically a dark dragon, and in this case, 2 dark dragons, trying to do battle with a giant silver or white dragon. But I love this face build. I mean, I wish it was tattooed on, but considering how the quote-unquote stone face are, yeah, it's not going to happen. Hasbro's too cheap. But yeah, I love the dragon motif, and I love the performance track and the spin track and the performance tip. This thing looks just like a freaking turbine. I mean, this thing is pretty wicked. I didn't color this. I wanted to, but I said, I'm going to leave it alone. You know, I want to make those fins black so they stand out. Black on the spin track and black fins on the performance tip. BSF Blade Circle Flat. Take this apart real quick so you can see the crystal wheel. I believe this is the crystal wheel for this one. I think I'm missing 2 more Beyblades. I have to actually find those ones. Here's the crystal wheel. I kept this one pretty simple. Less is more. Copper for the armor plates. Oop. And just a purplish for, I guess it would be like a sword. And then for the spikes over here, purple again. And I wanted to give the armor plates, I wanted to feel like armor. But that's that one. Put those 2 back together later. And this is Genbu. This is the one I was telling you about. My buddy did this one. I have yet to actually go and try this myself. The process he uses. As you can see, you can still somewhat see the metal wheel detail underneath. And this was done, I'd say almost two months ago now. Because I think I did a video for Genbu. I'm not too sure. I don't think I did. But I painted it one simple color, red, because I like the way this wheel looked, and I did a little test spot, I believe right here, and I love the way that the red just showed up. It popped with the blue of the stone face, the face bolt. Hello. So yeah, and I colored it, took it to his place, and he has a digital thermometer, an analog thermometer, and he actually has a fire pit in his backyard that he can use as a kiln to make. He makes his own knives. So whenever he gets in the mood to make a knife, he'll either get his leaf blower or he found at a yard sale, he found old school bellows. He'll dig those out of the basement and use those. And he can control the temperature. And what he does is he'll plop this bad boy in his regular oven in the house. And I have to sand it, color it, and let it sit in the sun for a day. And that literally will lock the color in. It's not going to stain the metal, but with it, the metal, the way he put it, basically, with the metal pores open, it sucks in the color a lot better, and it keeps it on there pretty tight. And then what he'll do is He'll heat it up in his oven till it's about 150 degrees. He'll take it out, and then he'll go and throw it in his kiln, and then he has this weird cinder block where it has basically really narrow slots in it, and he'll slide. That's how he heats his knives. That's how he tempers his blades. And he literally just slid this in there, and he tempered it as if it was a knife, bringing it down from 150 degrees to about 50 degrees, because he can control, he'll move the rock around and control the temperature using his thermometers, and then he'll bring it up to 200 degrees, and then he'll let it cool off all by itself. Sometimes, he never really he doesn't really like using paint and stuff, but he said that with enamel paints, like, enamel paints that you can buy at a hobby shop or a model shop, and with powder coats and stuff like that, sometimes they burn off, sometimes they don't. This is why he heat treat colors his blades, so he doesn't use paint. He actually will use fire and chemicals to alter the color of his metal. So that's what I want to try and do. But he said Beyblade is aluminum, and yeah, he said if it was steel, that's a different story. It's aluminum, and he doesn't want to risk it. He's like, well, if I break it, I don't want you to get mad at me. I'm like, I won't get mad. It'll be an experiment. So yeah, as you can see, after, I'd say this thing went through 30 battles, and it's just like the edges in certain spots where it got knocked out of the arena and it hit, the floor or the ground and stuff where that came off, but mostly it's just battle damage now. But this is Genbu. This is Bandit Genbu F230 TV. And when I do my setup video for my other Beyblades, I will show you a good setup with that twisted wheel, or tempo wheel. So how it works. I like the quote-unquote manufacturer setup, the default setup you get when they're in their packaging, but I'm not a fan of it. Okay, we'll do this one, Zorago. This is Thief Zorago. I forgot the spin track. I forgot it because I hate it and I don't use it. Wow. Anyway, whole flat. Like with Ronin Dragoon, with this one I wanted to go with a more yin and yang kind of feel, and I wish I had either a completely black crystal wheel or a completely clear crystal wheel. Right now I have this yellow crystal wheel, and it works. No, it doesn't work at all. What I was going for was yin and yang balance, and even though this isn't a balance type, I believe this is not a balance type Beyblade. It's an attack type Beyblade. That's what I was going for. I'll take this one apart to show you the crystal wheel. The performance. Sorry, my throat's been bothering me for a while. The performance. The spin track, not the performance tip. The spin track, I did in silver to, just to show the blades off. I forgot about that one. I doubt you'll ever see this spin in action other than me doing this. Isn't that fun? No, it's not. I just did it to do it. I showed you Zorago, and of course I drop it. But here's the Thief wheel. Just that copper and white. And this copper, I forgot what one it was, but this copper I like a lot. And I use acrylic paint, or if I'm being really cheap and I can't find a specific color, nail polish. Nail polish is really good, but acrylic paint mixed with a tiny bit is either acetone or rubbing alcohol. If you mix it with it and just put a little bit at a time on the plastic, it'll actually leach and seep into the plastic, and you won't have to worry about it chipping off that much. It will, but not a lot. Like, there's a little tiny nick right where my thumbnail is, the tip of my thumb is. There's a tiny nick right in there. But other than that, it's not going to chip off. If it does, I mean, like I said, it shouldn't, but it's going to chip off eventually. But this has been through some battles, and at most, I have some marring right there on the plastic. And I think that was because I was doing this crystal up, and another one was crystal down, so this hit metal. Okay, I'll give you a better look at Zaraga. There we go. And like I said, when money's exceptionally decent, then I will work on getting a better camera for you guys. And but first priority is working on getting a computer. Don't worry, if I do get the computer, these videos will still keep going. Now for my oldest Beyblade and my newest Beyblade. Now I did say that Orochi was my newest Beyblade. It is, but you could probably see Proto Nemesis there. I just got that not too long ago. This is my very first Beyblade. It was Phantom... I can't remember. But it's Phantom Lear right now. Phantom Orion, thank you. Thank you, brain. Phantom Orion 145 ES, Eternal Sharp. My Eternal Sharp wore out. It finally broke. All I'm left with is a spike. I'm left with a pin. I kept the pin, and I forgot what I found. I think it was like a metal washer. Screwed it into the metal washer, made sure it wouldn't move. Super glued those two pieces together, and then the spin track, because I used it so much, cracked in half. So I forced it shut, used a little bit of acetone to where the cracks were. It basically fused itself back together, but it was still kind of brittle. So I super glued the surface crack, and then I stuck this in there before I did all that, and then I hot glued it all together. And then I hot glued it on top onto the 145 because the connection... of course I drop it. Let me get this one. Of course I dropped that one. The connection port where the performance tips lock on, both those little nubs, they broke off. So I used the X-Acto knife to basically make new ones to... of course my thumb is in the way. There you go. To basically get those nubs back. And I got it to work for a while, and then it eventually just cracked. It just cracked in half. So, and that was just from wear and tear. And I think it was either from the acetone or just from wear and tear. Because this is, as you can see for how tarnished it is underneath, this is my first Beyblade. Holy crap. This is the first time I tried painting a Beyblade, and it didn't come out well at all. Lear looks like garbage. The energy ring. And I wanted to go for like a split personality look for the Phantom Wheel. I wanted one side to be purple and one side to be like a teal, kind of green, and I wanted it to slowly merge in the middle. To make it look like, okay, this thing is nuts, this thing is insane, I don't want to use it as a Beyblade. Thinking in the aspects of the actual show. And then eventually, I completely stripped it. I set this in a mixture of rubbing alcohol and acetone to strip everything off of it. It came out beautiful, polished it up, and the next day when I woke up, it looked like that. So I went and painted one side silver, or one side white, and the other side black. The black stayed, the silver completely chipped off, so I painted this, or the white chipped off, so I painted this side silver, and this side black, and then the silver completely chipped off. And this might go through the next process of just becoming red like Gimbu. So I don't know what I'm going to do with Phantom. I might soak it again, strip off all the paint, whatever's left, take my Dremel to it, clean it up, and then paint it red like Gimbu. Like, sand it, and then let it sit for a little bit, and then completely paint it red like Gimbu. But, yep, that's Phantom. And then, of course I drop your face bolt. Here's Lear. It looks like crap. It is just all copper. That is it. There's no imagination. No, oh, maybe I'll paint each string silver and paint the sides black. Nope, just straight, just, I got copper. I'll paint it copper. Yeah. Yeah. But with the right track and performance tip, it is still an awesome stamina type Beyblade. And finally, because this video went on long enough, with the cool Spark Effects face bolt and sticker, and this mark right here, I didn't do. It came like that, and it irritates me. Proto Nemesis. Oh yeah, baby. Armor Defense 145. And what I wanted to do, the paint came off. The green and the, eventually the green and then the black came off. What I wanted to do was make the skulls black and turn all the paint, the green paint, silver, to make it match its face bolt. But then I realized the skull itself is not black, it's what's around the skull that's black. I was like, okay, then I'll just do it black. And then I realized that it just wasn't going great. The secondary for it, the energy ring, that came out awesome. I mean, you can see all the detail in it. It's almost like the spin track for Twisted Beefall. But there's no words or anything in this. And there might be some kanji, I think, in there. And just some random stuff. But that came out awesome. I was impressed with that. But I don't know. This might get some more treatment too. But performance-wise, it's actually a pretty good Beyblade. Not too bad out of the box. But with that said, the next video, we'll do this. Hello. Wait, no, that was my bald head. So the next video will be my combinations of Beyblades, and then I'll try and do my top 3. The way I structure Beyblades, I do it in a way where I take into account the weight of the Beyblade and how it performs with different performance tips and different performance tracks. So that video might take a minute. I do have combinations in my mind. My top defense Beyblade, my heaviest Beyblade, minus using Synchron Beyblades, is the Twisted Metal Wheel, or the Tempo Metal Wheel. If you notice that I'm doing this, and then this, and then this, and then this, I'm looking in the mirror to make sure I'm in frame. Anyway, this has been Blue Fox 22, aka Michael Gardner. I hope you guys had a lovely time, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There'll be more videos coming out soon, and I think the next videos that we're going to do, we're going to get some more videos pumped out for Caveman, and then get his channel up and running. I have to edit his videos, and things around that have been personal, that have been going on a little, it's a little hard, but other than that, everything's going smoothly. So, anyway, I've rambled on enough, wasted your time enough. I will see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, bye!